This Ukrainian sniper has become so iconic that even in the United States, people are imitating him. Cool, brother, but there's a small detail. The original uses a different rifle, and thanks to this beauty, an impressive feat was achieved. 3,800 meters, 5 centimeters, 7 millimeters. The world record for a sniper shot on a moving target. Curious about how it happened? Stay tuned and discover what made it possible. The mission was simple but crucial: eliminate a high-ranking Russian officer who occasionally appeared in the area. He had no idea he was about to become the target. These were positions we had been observing for quite some time. In sniper missions, it's not just about the rifle. The sniper's gear also includes a scope, a laser aiming device, a collimator sight, and a thermal sight, the whole package. For a sniper, reconnaissance is essential. All that equipment adds weight. The full sniper kit can exceed 30 kilograms, making a spotter crucial. Snipers usually work with an observer who helps carry equipment, monitors the situation, adjusts fire, and secures the area if needed. The observer can even take shots if necessary. But for this mission, the Ukrainian sniper, a member of Ukraine's security service special forces, had 2 assistants, and for good reason. In modern warfare, drones have become an essential part of a sniper team's arsenal. That's right, drones are now sniper weapons too. If we can take the shot with a rifle, we do it, but if the situation calls for a drone, then we use the drone. The 3rd member of this sniper team was a drone operator. The target was at an extreme distance, so the drone acted first. But the Russians, hearing the characteristic buzzing sound, quickly took cover. We realized the drone wouldn't be able to reach them, so we decided to take the shot. The Russians felt safe because they were far from the gray zone, the area between Ukrainian-controlled and Russian-occupied territory. The size of the gray zone depends on the terrain and can sometimes extend over 600 meters, but it's not static. In this war, the gray zone constantly shifts, day by day. We had 2 rifles. Mine was set for a range of about 2,000 meters, while the primary rifle was calibrated for 3,800 meters. These configurations are crucial. When a bullet leaves a rifle's rifled barrel, it spins on its own axis, causing a slight deviation from a straight trajectory. The farther it travels, the greater this deviation becomes. If a rifle is calibrated for a specific distance, the shooter cannot hit targets at much greater ranges without adjusting the settings. Let's be real, 3,800 meters is an incredible distance. At that range, everything affects the shot: wind, humidity, atmospheric pressure, the Earth's curvature, and a dozen other factors. So, how do snipers pull it off? We took a test shot, and sure enough, the wind was much stronger than we had calculated. Modern snipers rely on specialized software installed on their smartphones, but the software needs precise data to provide the correct sight adjustments. After making the adjustments, I took a second shot. The bullet took about 9 seconds to reach its target. I turned to the observer and waited for confirmation. That's 1 second longer than the NBA's 8-second rule for advancing the ball. Even with all the calculations done, there's never a 100% guarantee. The wind can change, or the target can move. So what was the result? He said, "Target hit." And the 3rd team member who was filming confirmed it too. Incredible. So was it just luck, or do they have a secret technique? Yes, we were lucky, but actually, yes, there is a secret, or rather, several. Here's what we discovered. First, this sniper was a European long-range shooting champion. Fun fact, some of his former rivals are now his enemies on the battlefield. Second, he makes his own ammunition. That's right, he handcrafts his own bullets. This allows me to achieve the highest possible quality. His rounds are precision ammunition. Thumbs up if you didn't know that some snipers make their own bullets. In fact, it's quite common among competitive shooters. But there's one more secret: a special rifle. You can't just take any sniper rifle and hit a target at 3,800 meters. So what was the chosen weapon? This particular rifle was specifically designed for long-range shooting. Meet the Lord of the Horizon, a multi-use, multi-caliber rifle. This beast weighs about 17 kilograms and, when fully assembled, is nearly 1.8 meters long, probably the largest sniper rifle in the world. But what exactly does multi-caliber mean? It fires a .510 caliber bullet housed in a case derived from the 14.5 by 114 millimeter cartridge. We assemble each round ourselves and test them on the range before every mission. So the formula is simple: specialized rifle plus custom ammunition plus champion sniper plus a bit of luck equals world sniper record. Most snipers, however, operate at shorter distances, but even at those ranges there are records to break. Check this out. At 700 meters, a duo of Ukrainian snipers took down 22 targets together. Incredible. And no, we're not talking about white-tailed deer, but a Russian assault group. It's worth noting that night raids usually involve the enemy's most experienced fighters, making them priority targets. When a sniper is in action, it's truly terrifying. That's why nearly every frontline unit has dedicated snipers. Within infantry units, these marksmen are known as designated marksmen. Their mission cover their team during advances or retreats, although honestly, the term marksman doesn't do them justice. A more accurate term might be Superman, because a sniper in an infantry unit is like a Swiss Army knife. They carry 2, sometimes even 3 rifles. Why so many? For targets up to 500 to 600 meters, we use .308 caliber. For longer distances, .338 Barrett. He's probably referring to the American Barrett M82, also known in US Army documentation as the M107. You've probably seen it in the movie. And how does this American weapon perform in real war in Ukraine? It's incredibly effective. Starting with the fact that it's semi-automatic, this caliber can set an MTLB on fire with ease. The Barrett has a declared max range of nearly 1,800 meters. But during operations in Afghanistan, an Australian commando hit a target at 2,800 meters. But in this war, engagements usually happen at much shorter distances. In those situations, a sniper doesn't have the luxury of extensive reconnaissance or carefully choosing a position. They must adapt on the fly, reacting in real time. For example, in Bakhmut, the grey zone sometimes shrank to just 30 to 60 meters. Russian human wave assaults happened non-stop, 24/7 for 10 months. They attacked in waves, giving snipers countless opportunities to showcase their skill. During the brutal battle for Bakhmut, it wasn't uncommon to take down 5 to 10 targets in a single day. Bakhmut turned into a fortress where the grey zone virtually disappeared. Sometimes targets were visible to the naked eye with no need for special optics. A sniper's job is far from romanticized Hollywood jewels. While snipers hunt, they are also hunted. Sniper hunting teams use thermal vision, precision weapons, and of course, drones, which have become angels of death not just for infantry, but also for snipers. So what's the strangest sniper myth you've ever heard? Leave us a comment, and as always, don't forget to subscribe.